European bands are still blowing up a storm for the twist, and the Germans stage a contest for leading twisters that has the dance floor looking like a bowl full of pretzels. It's enough to drive a chiropractor to drink, and if that happens, he'll find that the bartender is right in the groove. It's dance at your own risk as these finalists give their all. If you're not great shakes at this business, you better stay on the sidelines. You can carry them out on the flat of their back, but they never miss a beat. What we're trying to lead up to is this. Scientists have traced the source of the twist to prehistoric days. One guess, which dinosaur did the twist? And we want a straight answer.
All right, hello everybody. We have an important Midwest League match tonight as we're getting towards the end of the Midwest League season here. Just over a week to go in the season, and there are currently 9 players in contention for the 6 playoff spots. We have Jason Jarvis tonight. You'll see his full screen. He's competing for the top spot in the playoffs if he wins tonight. And then David Hayes, you'll see his cards at the top, assuming I don't screw things up. And he is playing for potentially a playoff spot. If he loses, he's definitely out of the playoffs. But if he wins, there's going to be a heck of a lot of tiebreakers to figure out. So I am joined by Team Illinois' Jeremy Anders. Jeremy, how you doing?
Doing well, Derek. How about yourself?
Good. All right. So you can see the standings and the playoff race here. We're going to see how it goes, and they're going to get off and running. All right. So Jason, I believe, is going to accept the invite in a second here. And I already screwed up the Discord cards.
Pretty solid hand for David.
Yeah, I would take, 2 scoring cards, but you can deal with that. Oh, for David, you said.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I can't even see David's hand yet. I'm still trying to figure out what I screwed up there.
Yeah, David's got 3 forearms: Purge, Marshall, NATO.
All right, yeah, not
the rest
too
of the
bad.
hand is great. But he's got Decall. You want to see that in your hand: Formosan, Nasser, Olympic, and Truman.
Okay.
Yeah, for Jason, I think you're just dumping Europe here for his headline, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And David has gone with Purge. Yeah, good choice from both of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I apologize, everyone, for trying to figure out the Discord cards. Move them off to the side for a second.
Yeah, is this just a grab a rack with Cambridge 5?
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
You could take a 3-op coup with Suez if you wanted to. And he does want to. Oh, he doesn't want to see that, though.
Oof. Yeah, that's no fun.
And so David's reaching for Olympic Games, hovering over Afghanistan right now. That is what he's going to do. Kind of an old school play there. I don't mind it. I mean,
No.
Afghanistan's going to be 3 or 4 VPs over the course of a game that makes it to final scoring. The one thing he didn't do, he didn't get to Malaysia,
Hmm.
but he had a decall in his own hand.
Yeah, so he's not worried about that.
So it's really just Vietnam or a very early D-stall. Yeah, and I think it's just got to be a Cambridge 5 into a rack here for Jason. This hand is pretty poor, and he just wants to get out of this without a lot of damage. He
Hmm.
was able to drop Europe. I don't like giving blockade right away, but he will establish presence in the Middle East, which was his most pressing priority.
Hmm. Yeah, I understood the coup to start somewhat, but I think with this hand, I think you were right in just putting Cambridge into Iraq and try to get a draw out of it if you can.
Yeah, and David will just go ahead and get his mill ups. I liked reaching for a 4 there and doing Egypt, Lebanon, and Malaysia and establish a Dom in the Middle East after Jason kind of yeah, and you're just gonna get rid of Middle East.
Yeah,
I
yep,
expect that.
makes a lot of sense.
So I like establishing Dom in the Middle East there for David, but Jason with a disaster of a hand, a 1 on his coup roll is down. Actually, can't see the score. Down 1 VP. So not it could be worse here.
Yes, certainly. Yeah, have been some pretty inauspicious coup rolls so far.
Yeah, so David's just going to go to Pakistan to Malaysia there. I'm not sure we needed to take Malaysia. You just put an op in France and up into, even though it just scored, Iraq. Yeah, I'm not
And
sure.
Oh, we're getting full screen Jason right now. I think we just lost his screen. Yeah, and I missed what did David play there at the end? Did he commit that?
He did commit that. He put NATO 2 into Pakistan, 2 into Malaysia.
Oh, that's right. He had NATO. Okay. All right. It looks like we have Jason's screen back.
Yeah, and so if you're Jason, you got to think about how you're going to handle CIA here. We know, of course, that Fidel won't be a problem,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know that. So giving CIA is reasonable here.
Yeah.
Space also a big priority. So if he goes to space, this is yeah, okay. He missed
Mm-hmm.
though,
Yeah.
but that was perfectly fine play.
Yeah. Always feels like if you go first to space, you just tend to fail.
That's the spirit, Derek.
Yep.
So David thought about spacing. He's going to play his 4 instead. Okay.
All right. Yep. So he commits the Marshall Plan, taking nice Asia domination.
Yeah, and David was able to do that because he knows he doesn't have to play around blockade. So to harp on that, but that was, oh, what did this do? One South Korea. Where did the other one go?
Um.
Oh, he's purged.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
no.
right. Yep. Okay, decal to space.
Naturally.
Yep. Okay, venting CIA makes sense now. And so, what do you do with the CIA op if you're David?
Um, if you wanted to get frisky, you could put one in South Korea. I mean, we seem to be focusing on Asia. It's the only unexplored thing. He's going to go ahead and get a third mill up. That was one thing I was going to say. The other thing he could have done is Lao, but the coup of Iraq makes sense too.
Mm-hmm. I was even thinking getting into India might make sense with Indo-Pac unseen.
Yeah. Yeah, it would require a big old mat roll, but and it looked like Jason just put an op in South Korea, which makes sense.
All right, and I miss where that Truman op went.
I think it overprotected Iran.
Oh, it did. Okay. All right, well, speaking of Indo-Pac, got some wars in this hand. And we do not see Asia scoring in either hand, so they'll come out after the reshuffle. Or right before the reshuffle, technically.
Yeah, that's a break for Jason for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Asia is ugly. He's survived by getting out of those two scorings for just a VP, but Asia is going to be probably something like 7 points. So he takes Korea instead of Kuwait, which I mean he can get his mill ops from IP war. David's only target is Iraq. So I like the idea of not cooing there. Like that actually does make a lot more sense than it normally would. But I wonder if we could have maybe done something like a West Germany poke or something just a little bit more aggressive than taking Korea.
Yeah, I agree with the not cooing there. But yeah, I think a poke would have been really good.
Yeah, I wore headlined and whiffed.
Say it again?
Yeah, war was played, right?
Yeah, that was headlined here.
Okay. Okay, well now we've got a much better target for that IP war.
Mm-hmm.
In May 1955, representatives
But I don't think you need to rush it. I think take a coup on Panama.
sign a pact with their superpower neighbor, the
Ah.
Soviet Union. The year's main
Or
event would establish
go ahead and play it.
control of the region and
But
challenge the alliance of Canada.
yeah, I don't feel like you had to rush that. Like I don't think
Europe had previously
David was going to take Burma.
treaty
I mean, and maybe he is, but
and now the Soviet Union and
like you prevent David from getting Millops if you coup Panama because you have the only war card he could possibly have.
Yeah, I prefer the Panama coup too. Oh. Well, okay, not supposed to talk about what's happening in Discord. But he
Uh,
locked it in. I don't love this. I mean, he might be worried about Jason jamming China into Japan, but it just you put like one op in there or something like that.
yeah. Now you give him a free U.S. Japan, which he's going to use to coup something.
I would coup Panama here. I think you were right. And yeah, you had 3-up Kua Panama as opposed to a 4-up Kua Baran. I like this.
Nice.
How do you
Well,
get
he
smaller?
rolls very high.
So I think David here, priority is to get to Egypt so he can grab Libya since he controls Nasser. Somebody's got to fill France,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's David or Jason can threaten that. What other priorities you seeing on this board, Derek? That's about it for me.
I
Asia's
mean,
full.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, David's got to start spreading up Africa. Mexico would be nice.
I have seen worse Asias for the Soviets where you just had North Korea, but this is about as blue as it can be.
Yeah. But again, luckily it's not coming out until next turn. Just have to bite that bullet once.
Yeah, who draws D-stall? I mean, hashtag analysis, but whoever draws D-stall here is just going to be so huge in this one.
Yes, that is very astute analysis there.
Well, but I mean,
I
as
know, you're right. It's very
yeah,
important.
in Africa are though. That's how. That's really to me how Jason can get back into this. Not sure if we need. Oh, he hasn't locked it in yet.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but was Korean War played?
Yes, that was the
Okay.
AR1. Yeah, I don't know that we need to take Jordan with this 4-op. Fourth op could have gone elsewhere, like maybe Lao
Yeah,
is
or I
better.
think that's where you can
France.
start moving up Africa or France. Poor
Yeah.
France. And now he doesn't have the ops to take France. And de Gaulle is unknown. That could be very consequential next turn. Or,
Yeah, I
well,
think
de Gaulle's coming out next turn.
I'm thinking David is gonna go a space of sock govs, and he's hoping to use CNS for the third slot.
I
But
can
that
see
means he
that.
doesn't have many ops to play here
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the turn. Now, on the other hand, Jason also doesn't have a lot of clean ops.
Yeah, I mean, he can space special or play it. It looks like he spaces it. And, I mean, containment, it's fine. Like, let's go to AR6. And assuming David does what you said he was going to do, if he spaces.
He did not.
Oh, he's going to play Nasser.
This kind of thing is almost a daily
So, I
occurrence
think-
in Egypt these days. A
Is this
scene
just
that
grabbing
typifies
Saudi to
national
take a Middle East
rejoicing over
down?
the so-called liberation.
Oh, why would
Instead
you?
of-
Colonel Nasser,
Why would you
Or do
play?
want West
hero
Middle
of the moment,
folks still?
is mobbed as he tries to make his way through Port Said.
What I wouldn't do is play 5-year plan.
Simply to hoist the Egyptian
Oh.
flag over the former Navy house. Colonel Nasser had decided to
You
do
could have
that.
held that, and if you get Asia, then
Asia or Europe.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I don't understand that. That's a mistake. But Middle East is looking a lot better now that Nasser's been played for Jason. And we'll see what David does with either captured Nazi or maybe a space socialist or I don't know. MTIR seems kind of or captured Nazi for influence. All right. Big reveal. All right. So we get de Gaulle down here.
This is Not what David was looking for. Or not what Jason was looking for, pardon me.
Yeah.
Honestly, not one of them's that thrilled. But David's got to be happy to see that he controls the scoring. He got D-stall.
Yeah, De Gaulle is interesting in Jason's hand. Okay, Vietnam headline doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I would have preferred De Gaulle there.
Yeah, especially with Europe in hand.
Okay, so we're going to do the West Germany poke.
You maybe just do it with Arab Israeli if you don't have a good spot for the second op.
Oh, that's true, because we have IP Ward 2 to get mill ops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Or do you just drop Europe here? Because I feel like if you poke, you're going to incentivize him to take France. Although he doesn't have great card. Well, he's 5-year plan. But after that, it's kind of trash.
All right, I'm gonna make Matt very happy here, Derek, if he's watching. I'm gonna suggest a coup of South Africa.
uh,
Yeah, so again, David doesn't have great coup targets. I mean, it's Egypt,
and
that's it. He's thinking about UNing special?
Which I understand, because I thought, like, oh, play special for the poke, but then he gets a free op in France. So I actually don't mind that.
I don't mind it either. I think AI War would have been a little better, but this is...
Yeah, but UN and special... Or wait, was special known or was that a redraw?
That was a redraw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I think AI War would have been better. Okay, now this is helpful. Because you're guaranteeing he won't have Euro domination after this AR.
Right. Yeah, so he'll just fill France, and then you just dump Europe.
I mean, yeah, I think you just dump it. I was thinking playing De Gaulle, it's a little risky because you don't know his hand. But we know his hand, and we know this is... Well, he still has 5-year plan that he can play.
5-year plan. Too,
Yeah.
He's out of steam now.
Yeah, now he's done. But unfortunately for Jason, he's kind of done too. So now I think is where you just drop it.
That makes sense.
Cambridge gets Milaps. Clears out Egypt.
That's impactful because now Jason isn't able to take both Egypt and Algeria.
Yeah, that's true. That's really impactful. Yeah, I would maybe. Or what were you?
Three. I'd
Yeah.
take Egypt and put one into Algeria, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, I don't like that.
I get the thought behind it because you know eventually you're going to lose Egypt to Sadat. But
Yeah, eventually, but not necessarily before it scores.
yeah, I think I liked what you were saying better to take Egypt and then um, put
Well, he's
one.
getting away with it, but if he was going to not take Egypt, I would have taken Algeria at the very least.
Mm. Oh yeah, Algeria's just sitting there. Somebody's got to take it.
That's vital for Jason.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Better access. Yeah, this has got. I think you just take Algeria. You've left your Milop still AR6, which I'm not sure what else he was supposed to do. He won 5 on IT War.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't like leaving Algeria hanging like that. And David can't actually take it.
Yeah, that's true. And actually, Jason does know the rest of his hand,
Okay.
so maybe that's what he's thinking here. Except, whoa, where did Arab Israeli go?
He used his Vietnam bonus to flip Lao.
Okay. I mean, it's efficient, but Algeria is sitting there.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, but
love,
hard-
no love for Algeria at all.
Ooh, that's a blue deck.
Do you have 10 discard, 10 removed?
I do.
Nice! We're rocking it.
Look at that. Okay, here's some access. Here we go for Jason. I haven't looked at David's hand yet. Well, this is going to work out for David because that headline is Missile Envy. This to me is a pretty clear South African.
Yeah, that seems like it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I could see, I could make a case for Allende, but I think South African, yeah, South African's probably a little better.
Jason with Sadat immediately in his hand is saying C.
All right, there's the Missile Envy. That's going to get a big old 4-up.
Yeah, so again, not a ton for him to do with it.
No.
I mean, I would just take Mexico and Algeria, I think.
Yeah,
or maybe
this...
South Africa and Algeria, actually.
Oh, that's reasonable. Yep. Oh man, coup rolls have been awful this game. Other than that one Jason had on Panama.
Yeah. Yeah, just 2 Angola. I just take Algeria. Algeria. I prefer Algeria. That might make David decide to protect that instead, but
It will also maybe make him just take Algeria.
right. I was just gonna say maybe the best defense for losing South Africa is taking Algeria, though.
Mm. There it is. All right, David wins the Algeria race. Okay, I like Zaire. So David does have central scoring. So he's got to take Mexico at some point.
Looks like he's thinking about a free Che here.
Free Che is always nice. It's the best Che when you're the U.S.
La disposición nueva de un continente de América está plasmada y resumida en el grito que día a día nuestras masas proclaman como expresión
And
irrefutable
take
de su
South Africa. I
acción
would have
de
done this
lucha,
last AR.
paralizando la mano armada del
In hindsight, it
invasor.
cost us a VP by waiting, but
Proclama que cuenta con la
I didn't think to say
comprensión y el
anything about it
apoyo
before
de
either,
todos
so I
los
really
pueblos
shouldn't
del
criticize.
mundo, y especialmente del campo socialista encabezado por la Unión Soviética. Esa proclama es patria o muerte.
Yeah, and this is where I want to say protect your Cuba and take a Dom, but I also know that Central isn't the other player.
Right, yeah. It's hard when you see both hands to put yourself in each player's head. So you have a lot more information.
Oh, this is spicy.
Very spicy. I like the spice.
I like Jason's behind. He hasn't gotten any access. He's going to try to make his access.
Yeah, very nice.
David does have a hand to win a Columbia coup war, though.
Mm-hmm. He also has Pan McNeil, which I could see an event of here, but he also could be asking himself, well, does Jason have Africa or does he have South America? It's that gamble of like which scoring does the other player have, which is none of them, but all right, decent Columbia coup. Gonna go big.
Yeah, you got to go big. And there's a big
Yeah.
roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really important role there. Now, this might be where I would say event Panama, and he does.
Yep, that makes sense.
Would you play China here?
I think you have to, which is unfortunate considering we just gave cultural. I do think you can possibly get away with this. The problem is if David has a 4, which he does, you're just going to be in the same situation because you can do 2 Brazil, 2 Venezuela.
Yeah.
So I do think it's a China card play. And take Nigeria and Venezuela. Yeah, China.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Oh, 2 even real lines. Let's see. What I got to pull out my real line chart.
Oh, no.
Failed. 2 real lines at even, removing 1 up. He had a 65.97% chance of success.
I think that was a reasonable realign play there. Like, if you don't want to play China, which I understand, I think the relines are a reasonable option. But now he's going to be punished for failing realigns.
Yeah, the problem is the downside.
It's pretty bad downside.
Is huge.
China, at least you're getting... You know you're getting 2 battlegrounds. if you played China
Yeah,
there.
you're set up for a dom
Mm.
in South America eventually. With you being, I mean, of course, junta puppets can mess with that, but you're set up to have Venezuela, Chile, and Argentina and Nigeria.
Hmm.
So yeah, I preferred the influence play there.
And socialist
He's able to pull the
space.
4-op through. That's always nice.
Yeah. And a 4-op that's probably the 4-op that you're most likely to play as the U.S. and not worry too much about. All right, Liberation comes a turn too late.
Yeah.
But Africa looks good for Jason.
The headline still lives.
Yeah, I guess so.
David's headline gonna make Jason sad. It's junta.
Wonderful.
Doesn't have the greatest hand beyond that. It's not that bad though. It is another ops rich hand for David. Um, Brezhnev, EEU, How I Learned, NORAD, Quag, Decall, and U2. Purge also reasonable. South America about to be nightmare fuel though for Jason.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just Argentina and then a Panama coup.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I think those are very green lines. I don't agree with them at all.
Yeah, especially your purge, you only get one chance at it. And now you give Jason a chance to coup Argentina. Yeah, I don't like that.
I think it's just, you could take a China coup of it. You could just do an OPEC coup. It's a big coup, though. Oh, he's going to give...
I don't mind this with... Well, I guess you could space it and...
I say we don't have anything we desperately have to space, right?
Yeah. It's a blue hand, but not like
terrible
an
hand.
awful blue hand. I do feel like though you need a 3 or a 4-op, and OPEC is worth 3 VPs right now. So, no, I think you have to coup.
Argentina. I would go as big as you can. He's gonna go. Just thinking about going small. Okay, yeah. This is fine. Okay, just enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like OPEC's a guaranteed 3 VPs. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather reach for China there. Oh, it's 2. Oh, it's 2. Okay. You know what? No, I was counting Israel there. Yeah, I'm good with that. That 1 VP makes a huge difference in my mind.
So U2 is going to coup Cameroon, and now you just drop your Africa. Yep, very good.
Was a little risky though with South America. Oh, I guess he has presence in South America, so it's not the end of the world if David had South America, which he doesn't. But...
Jason. Okay, we got a space flag. That makes good sense.
All right, so Jason's not going to be able to double space. Okay. I understand we haven't seen Brush War yet, so not taking Argentina makes sense there. I might even have just used Truman and taken Chile.
Yeah, I think I like that better. So have we seen ABM?
We have not seen that either. That's why I was saying this kind of leaves it out there.
Picking your power card that you're protecting against,
Mhm.
right? So David's setting up to event NORAD.
Oh,
Obnoxious, but
yeah. Quagmire Space. It's going to be a couple turns at least of NORAD.
Quagmire Space, and this is a very good thing to do under Purge. I like it.
Yeah.
What is Poland at?
I don't think it's too high. Warsaw was evented, but Comic
Is
Con
it
wasn't.
fives?
So yeah, 5 maybe.
I think you can space Usuri over the Pope. Cover your ears, Justin. Yeah, I mean, you can just if you play the Pope, you can just do Argentina and Poland.
Okay, there it was. It was a 5. Yeah.
Oh, although that is a NORAD target now. You see Canada. So okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can play the Pope.
understand. Yeah, let's not play the Pope. Never mind.
Yeah, I think just Truman Argentina here.
Yeah, that's right. Libs is a great AR-7.
Mhm.
Let's wait. And we need to use Libs to overprotect Panama for stupid NORAD. Okay, so we're going to give Usuri.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Austria doesn't do
No.
much.
I'd maybe just overprotect the Koreas if you're giving China. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
that does block Dom temporarily.
Well, but then do Portugal.
True. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this is better. Here we go. This
Oh,
is
that's what he was thinking. He didn't want to give up those 2 ops in Austria.
Oh, fair, but I don't think it's that important.
Hmm. Okay, the expected NORAD events.
Yep, under Purge, I like it a lot.
Mhm.
And it's located here at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
It's an alliance between the United States and Canada to secure the skies over North America.
The command center here at Cheyenne Mountain was constructed in order to provide.
I guess Libs can't be our AR-7.
What officials
Oh, because you have to do nuke subs. Yeah.
You're doing it fine is here, or doing it here is fine.
Yeah, I agree.
wonder of the world.
So what are the NORAD targets? Like, there's not. I mean, I guess Lao, South
Korea.
Although it doesn't affect Dom. France, actually, it's boring, but you need to protect France. Okay, Nigeria is fine. Although, does he not have a 3? I would use flower power there, taking Mexico back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta grab Yeah, Usuri all into Mexico is fine. I know it's scored, but still, how he's gonna. Okay, so you space the Pope and list. I would have liked to have taken Mexico there.
Yeah, I understand the hesitance to play flower power.
Yeah, it's gonna work out though. So David is gonna get Mexico back. And it's this. So nuke subs is gonna protect South Korea.
Okay, another in Argentina if you're giving nuke subs. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, even under Purge, you don't want a big coup. And David has a big card to coup with, so we might see that here.
I'd still just take it in Africa.
Yeah, take the guaranteed
Do you have to
battleground.
roll, you have to roll a 6 to get Argentina?
All right, well, he rolled a 2, so he picked the right battleground.
Yeah, I think that was the right choice.
All right, well, he gets ABM,
That will be the headline.
which he basically auto headlines. Brain sales is still spaceable, so that's okay. Get gunman back in the deck.
Captain Nazi comes back around.
Yep.
That's probably the second best CNS you can ever realistically expect to do.
Yes.
Fifth spot would be amazing. And I've seen that once before. Yeah, so that's just a big coup of...
Oh. Just need one more there.
I would take a China card coup of Venezuela here. You roll a 3.
Yeah. So blockade is still out there. It's not in David's hand. That could be consequential at some point. I always tend to forget about blockade if it doesn't get evented in the early war.
Yeah, absolutely. So the problem... So now we need a 4. We did a China card coup. Of course, a 3 would have triggered a Colombia coup war. But still, I would take the swing on Brazil. We got to get that down, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
He's going to do it with a 3, which needs a 5. And
Oh, jeez. These rolls. Brutal.
And NORAD is going to do... I know it's lame. I would just overprotect France with NORAD.
Yeah, there's really nothing else to do with it right now.
Flip Lao with Southeast Asia to come.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's something. So we're not going to see either of the remaining scorings until the reshuffle. Jeremy, how are you doing on your card tracking?
Doing pretty mediocre, Derek. How are you doing?
I am perfect.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh, I think I was looking at the wrong screen. They must have had the numbers.
Oh, yeah. Jason had the numbers up. So 35 and 22.
Oh, yeah, no,
All right.
too great.
All right, he does poke Lao. Makes sense. Yeah, we're at a point, like, I don't... It's not a lot to do here. Okay, yeah, take an open battleground. That's a good thing to do.
Taking an open battleground is fine. We want to protect Cuba.
Oh, Middle East hasn't scored either. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, Middle East is pretty well locked
Yeah,
out.
we're going to have 3 scorings coming out next turn. Oh, assuming we get a reshuffle. Yeah, we should get a reshuffle, because Asnat's going to get played.
Yeah, Maroon Coup is fine.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would have been more worried about Zaire realigns there than Nigeria.
Yeah, you could have gone one Saharan and one Zimbabwe instead of 2 Ivory Coast.
Yeah, although if you go one Zimbabwe, that gets cooed, and then you're really screwed, but...
Yeah, but then you just go Cameroon.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. My gosh. This... So many ones this game.
All right, so for about the 15th time, we're going to contemplate playing Usuri for ops. One's been hanging around for a while. This is another blue hand for Jason.
It's a blue deck. The only red card out there is Blockade.
Wow.
Okay, rolls the 6 on space, because that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're Jason, are you starting to focus on ways to win other than final scoring, or is this still close enough that he's got a shot at final scoring?
I think it's close enough that he's got a shot in final scoring. Southeast Asia is going to be 6 points, so he's going to be down by about 8. The board itself isn't... It's not good. You're basically down another 8. Like, you need to get South America. You need to get to South America down. Like, a big coup of Mexico and a Central American scoring is nice. Europe also isn't very strong. We can do something about...
Yeah, Europe, you can
No.
do something.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Okay, I just played the video for Asnat before he committed. That was my mistake of the night.
Jason's like me. He doesn't mind doing a few different options.
Mhm.
So I like it. Yeah, and I think Jason's priorities are taking these open African battlegrounds, protecting Cuba. Portugal does seem decently important here if he wants to have a chance of stopping Europe down. I think, but David has 5 countries to 3, so it's not all that realistic.
Yeah.
A distant thing, but
Or
something.
wait, no, it's because he doesn't have UK. It's 4 to
Oh, so
3.
actually,
So
Portugal, I think.
yeah, I think it's reasonable.
But we do need to take Zaire and South Africa to get that down. That's a must.
All right, now he commits it.
Composition of the deck. Jason's going to be very sad by this snap. Because here go 3 of the 4 red cards that he knows are around.
Oh, I only see 2 red cards. Camp David's not a red card.
Oh, when was Muslim played?
Yeah, he spaced it.
Oh, okay. It's laggy for me, sorry. And Duck and Bear Trap, those are improvements for sure. David.
Okay, I like the Camp David events.
How close are we to getting kitchen?
I don't think it's close.
Well, it's +2 in Asia. If we take Israel, it's even. We're +1 in South. I think we're only 1 behind, but what are we flipping? Because they're all filled. This might be one of those things where it's close, but it's not really that close. Because USSR is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm counting Israel here 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. US has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, you were counting Israel, though. So you'd need to flip.
So
You'd need
every
2.
battleground, I believe, is full.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it.
You have to play Usuri and then take a coup, and then after you coup, try to get rid of it. But we know he's not going to get a coup. Presumably, this is going to be a bear trap AR7.
I love the AR7 bear trap.
Yeah, it's a great play.
All right, and it is a trap. All right.
Great.
I mean, you can control the China card.
You do get 2 4s.
And just one of the scorings, so you're a little more flexible.
Yeah, David's hand also not great. Pretty clear CRGs for me. Even though it's not going to do that much. Get a headline Southeast.
Yeah, that's pretty safe. Oh, and only 1 card in the reshuffle, I believe, which we're going to see as soon as Jason hits continue. So yeah, we were not going to get a reshuffle if Asnat wasn't played. Oh, God.
Oh.
That's not the card you want to see come up in the reshuffle.
Okay, what is that about him still being able to play for the board?
Yeah, you got to play for DEF CON now. Or Europe. I mean, well, but you're going to play NATO.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to play for DEF CON. Oh, that's rough.
You even headline here. It's Middle East.
I guess. Oh, that's rough redraw. Yep, Colonial makes sense.
Well, if we want to find some good news for Jason, the deck is finally red.
Yeah, it's very red. And
Yeah.
I was wrong about the reshuffle. There were 2 reshuffled cards, Formosan in David's hand. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh, I mean, I might just flip Vietnam here if I'm David. It's guaranteed. Well, maybe not guaranteed, but well, let's see.
That is what he does.
All right, gets out the second. That's not awful.
Actually, is this gonna do it?
Oh, is that enough? Wait, so it's 8.
Is Asia 7?
Oh. Yeah, that would do it.
Wow.
So you get a... Oh, and you can't flip it. You can't flip it back. You don't have access to Indonesia. Oh, no.
Well, if you know his whole hand... Oh, these aren't... This isn't... Oh, well.
Yeah, I mean, you do have the cards to be kind of a little more aggressive there. But, well, I shouldn't say the cards. You have one card to be aggressive.
Yeah, I probably would have put the China card into Japan.
Okay, so now you know his whole hand. He played his redrawn card.
You can also jam Brazil with NATO.
Yeah, but he does have duck and cover to follow that up with.
Yeah, you'll have to follow it with China, and then you're not able to take, but he's also not able to take. You're also going to force him to hold blockade, which could become a problematic thing.
Yeah, that might be work because you're losing this turn if you don't do that. Oh, you also need mill-ops. Oh, that makes it a little trickier.
Yeah, these just aren't that. You can just jam into Brazil, and there's no reason to do Venezuela.
Oh, man. All right, I think that's going to do it.
Yeah, that had to be a jam of Brazil, or maybe, or you could have done the China card into Japan, although I don't think you have the ops to actually get Japan.
No.
So David says enough of that.
Russia had broken her treaty, but Russia ignored the protest.
Yeah, this is exactly 15. So what are we going to do to get a point? Summit
On April
is
4,
minus
1949, the North
3.
Atlantic Treaty was
Yeah.
signed between France, Belgium,
Just
Doesn't
Luxembourg,
YOLO on
the
Summit.
Netherlands, the United Kingdom, Norway, Denmark, Italy, Portugal, Iceland, Canada, and the United States. The
Oh, that
pact
does
was
save you a
designed to
VP.
keep within the letter
Point.
and spirit of the United Nations Charter.
So
The treaty
You'll
members
survive.
realized that real peace is more than an absence of war, and they seek to promote political and economic stability in the North Atlantic area. To ensure this, they are sworn to stand together against aggression. An attack
Oh,
against one
just painful.
would be an attack against all.
That's brutal. So now we got a coup with OG. And if I'm David, I'm blockading away Duck. Get blockade out of your
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
One, why put any risk?
You're up 19. Yeah, don't. You have the China card. Yeah.
Only one, or it's only lost with gunman weirdness. You're not in Cuba.
Mhm.
You've got the China card now. Cultural is around, though.
Yes.
Yeah, just get rid of blockade. Although, actually, I should be, with these playoff scenarios, I should probably be rooting for Jason, huh?
Oh, I'm 100% rooting for Jason with these playoff scenarios. I think you're in better shape than I am.
Am I?
I think
Okay.
so. It's just too many people. I
Yeah.
couldn't game plan every potential tiebreaker scenario. But
That's
this is going to make it a little clearer, though. Well, no, it's not going to make it clearer, but it's going to make it messier. Could get even messier next week if Paul wins his last game.
Oh, I don't, like, overprotecting Algeria and Pakistan doesn't make much sense. I mean, puppets to surround Cuba seems great, even though, I mean, Jason doesn't need to coup, so one of those is getting cooed, but still. All right, so as an unbiased Twilight Struggle commentator, he clearly needs to dump blockade. As somebody desperately hoping for a playoff spot, keep blockade in your hand, David. He is going to keep blockade in his hand. I mean, I guess really, does losing West Germany actually matter at this point? Just play blockade.
No, NATO's been played, so Italy's pretty safe.
And actually, this worked out fantastically for David. He's got plenty of cards he can blockade away. We will bury you, Quag. Okay, he's got 2. This is plenty. Does he have anything that gets him a VP immediately? David does not have any VPs in hand, so that's good news for
Okay.
Jake.
I mean, if you get a big coup off on Mexico, you have Central in hand.
Yeah, I think Jason does have 2 cards that give US VPs. Jason's got to get Korean War, get a coup, and then get arms race off, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sad that we don't have a 4-op. D-stall. D-stall's actually useful for blocking Europe, really.
Ah, true.
And David has selected defectors.
Hmm.
I think Korean War and the coup to get arms race off is the plan. Which, I mean, obviously was going to get defected, but...
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Because now what's our coup card? I think it has to be Che, right? I guess he
Yeah.
was gonna-
I mean, Shay's not super powerful on this board anyway.
No, but yeah, Che coup of Mexico that's your chance right now.
Yep.
No, that one. No, not that one. Good job.
Yeah, and I mean, this is much easier for us to say. We know that David doesn't have anything to get VPs with.
Well, you got a cool battleground though.
Yeah, I still think you're cool with Battleground.
Yeah, this doesn't make. I mean, this is gonna make. He's gonna get arms race off. But you had to go Mexico there.
La disposición nueva de un continente de América está plasmada y resumida en el grito que día a día nuestras masas proclaman como expresión irrefutable de su decisión de lucha, paralizando la mano armada del invasor. Proclama que cuenta con la comprensión y el apoyo de todos los pueblos del mundo y especialmente del campo socialista encabezado por la Unión Soviética.
David now, no super juicy coup target, but I think you can just take a swing at Angola, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Jason might have been considering NORAD in this as well, but like NORAD, there's no big NORAD threat, I don't think.
Yeah, there aren't any good targets out there, really.
All right. It's got to be an arms race event, if for nothing else, just to free up your own hand.
Mm-hmm.
South Africa, but yeah, I think if he has it, he has it. An arms race actually fixes that.
Yeah, I mean, there are just so many things that would win the game for David here, which he doesn't have, but still, you can't worry about all of them.
Yes, that is the right one. Do it. Now hit the other little icon. Beautiful. And David, although he doesn't have a great card to do it, I was going to say he could flip Angola. I mean, he could use AWACS.
AWACS, yeah.
Not a bad event, though. But I think it's better to flip Angola, right?
Yeah. Middle East has scored. It's even.
That's fine. Okay, so now an Evil Empire or the Iron Lady, we got to surround Cuba to set up our Dom. And what the heck? Oh, and maybe put one in South Africa so Africa scoring doesn't end the game. Oh, but it would because you're giving up a VP from.
Right.
Yeah, never mind. This is one of those situations where having both hands kind of messes with your head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, taking the Dom and preventing Africa from ending things. That's fine.
And David now has a hand full of red cards.
Yeah, he's going to have to end up giving libs, I think. It's a big roll.
Oh, now he hits the 6. That's an important roll there.
So now you just have to do that.
While the normal supply routes for food and fuel remain idle and deserted.
Even put this extra app in Cuba.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Or in Europe, although you do that, then David starts filling it up.
Actually, maybe you put 2 in Portugal and just 1 in Central America.
Oh,
Make him
that's
think
fun.
you have Europe.
That's fun. 2 threats. I like it. Yeah, I think that's the play.
I mean, I feel like we're just postponing the inevitable here, but he's trying to hang on for dear life.
Denman is around, right?
It is, but you need China back. I mean, oh, I guess you could get double terrorism.
Terrorism, Aldrich. Like
Aldrich's out there. Yeah, there is a path there.
a rocky, uphill, steep with a mudslide coming at you path, but there's a path. No, you don't need to flip Angola.
No.
I don't. You gotta play for the cards in your hand, I think.
Yeah.
The commander of the operation has sent the following.
Yeah, I like this first one much better.
Be pleased to
And I like Jersey even better than that.
that the white ensign flies alongside the Union Jack in South Georgia. God save the Queen.
What happens next, Mr. Nunn?
Thank you very much.
What's your reaction,
Rejoice at that news and congratulate our forces and the Marines.
Are we going
Good
to
night,
declare
gentlemen.
war on Argentina, Mrs. Thatcher?
Rejoice.
Okay, now I do your play.
Yeah, here, running out of ARs here to score Central. Like to get the dam if you can.
Well,
I mean, you're really not playing for final scoring anyway, so I don't totally mind just dumping it.
but right now Europe ends the game.
True, yeah, those extra 2 VPs could make a big difference.
Yeah, now I think it's just 2 Portugal and 1 Turkey. For his next play, we'll see. I don't know what David's doing here. I mean, honestly, David should be looking at Portugal as well. I mean, what other you think of? What?
Oh, Yuri and Samantha to... Okay. I guess just to keep your access over there, but...
Yeah, but just put 1 in Saharan states.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, give him libs.
Yeah, I think just 2 Mexico, 1 Cuba.
Yep, makes sense.
And then David, of course, will repair. I think you got to make him repair.
Yeah, don't give him a free 2-op.
Yeah, I don't like this. This would have been okay if we still had the scoring to count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then let's deny Europe down with this. Now, the coup does get an important point that we're sadly going to give back. And get rid of... Oh, no, we're not. Okay, yeah, we can give OAS.
Yeah.
I want to block Europe down, but it's not losing us the game anymore.
Yes. That's pretty big.
Oh, and we forgot one thing in our DEF CON scenario. David has headline peak, so we'll need a degrader in the headline too.
Okay. Okay, that is important. I mean, so we have to, in terms of degraders, Cuban missiles out there, how I learned Junta Missile Envy can be a degrader. Oh, did he just put into Chile and then get realigned out? Is that where those two OAS ops went?
Yeah.
Okay. Happened so fast, I missed.
That must have been what it was. I don't see anything anywhere else.
Dabei stellt sich erstens die Frage.
Gonna fix Germany and protect France.
David's got Africa, but he's got Star Wars, Missile Envy, Brush War, and Glasnost. Jason.
Not a bad hand for Jason.
Bad, but not the things he's looking for.
Now, I don't think... Well, oh! Is there a path with Star Wars? I'm trying to think if David has a way to win this turn.
Star Wars, I think, could grab Duck as a headline.
Yes. So that'd be 3. You could space for 3. Brush War and Iran Iraq are losing UVPs.
So CMC to me just means drop Africa. You can do the Star Wars for Duck if you really want, but David currently hovering over Glasnost. So maybe trying to decide if he wants to give Africa here or take a big old Glasnost coup on Angola.
In the headline?
Well, I think he's deciding if he wants to headline Africa or if he's going to later.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's just going to take his point, which I think is fine.
Makes sense.
Okay, here we go.
I mean, the DEFCON path is still a possibility, but... So we're down...
Time.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. Hope is obnoxious.
Very much so. Fix that.
EU in David's hand is going to be.
Oh, very annoying AR7. Or or AR3.
That makes sense because David. I mean, this is a good thing for, or pardon me, for Jason to be doing, regardless. But he is playing like a man who has Europe scoring in hand.
Yeah, yeah. And Evil Empire, like, this is gonna free up 2 wars that are in David's hand.
Oh, this is I mean, this is one thing where it's fine, but us knowing his hand. Okay, he backed off of it. Yeah, I mean,
I
you
think
just
Marshall's okay here.
Yeah, I was gonna say IP war, or you could give Marshall. David has been letting Glasnost linger in his hand a while, with Reformer around. I think, given the way this turn has gone, he can be pretty confident that Jason doesn't have Reformer, but
he might be worried. He has to take out of Germany to use it, so he might be worried about losing
So in your
Europe scoring
nuclear freeze proposals, I urge you to beware the temptation of pride
because of Cuban Missile Crisis.
Declaring yourselves
oh yeah, okay.
Label both sides equally at fault. To ignore the facts
He
of
said
history and the aggressive
GG.
of an evil empire to simply
Not
call
quite
the
over yet,
process a
but
giant misunderstanding.
we're getting
And
there.
thereby remove yourself from the struggle between right and wrong and good and evil.
Or maybe he's going to be tipping his king here and take a DEFCON coup.
Take your swing with IP war. IP call's fine too. Let's have some nice real lines in Africa set up, although sadly they just scored Africa.
Mm-hmm. Alright, swinging with IP war. Let's finally see that 6. I mean, he could block Europe by using Marshall Plan here.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
Our policy is directed not against any country or doctrine, but against hunger, poverty, desperation, and chaos. Its purpose should be the revival of a working economy in the world, so as to permit the emergence of political and social conditions in which free institutions can exist. Such assistance, I am convinced, must not be on a piecemeal basis as various crises develop. Any assistance that this government may render in the future should provide a cure rather than a mere palliative. Any government that is willing to assist in the task of recovery will find full cooperation, I am sure.
Yeah, so what are you going to target with Glasnost, assuming he
Any
uses it?
government which maneuvers to block the recovery of other countries.
And brush war, for
cannot
that matter.
expect help from us.
I think brush war is Panama again.
Hmm.
And I think Glasnost is still Angola. Oh,
Oh.
no, don't. He has just played the China card if he commits this, which I don't agree with at all.
Wow. Why would you do that?
Big mistake.
Why would you do that?
He's rolled 2 5s.
That's awful.
Sixes.
All right. Well, David better hope this doesn't come back to bite him. Turn 10.
Is there? So he gets Panama. Is Star Wars? Can Star Wars get him anything that raises DEFCON?
Yes. I'm
And he
pretty
does
sure
not-
nuclear test ban is out there.
Yeah, so the terrorism headline makes perfect sense.
Okay, but there's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's academic though.
Yep. So this is over.
Yeah, and actually, David's got a very nice hand. He's got VOA. Tear down for a headline. Oh, and Purge. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty brutal.
Они готовят открыть фронт нашей страны. Они готовят открыть границы нашей страны. Они готовы открыть широко ворота иностранному завоевателю. Но они хотят изобразить это дело так, как будто это черное дело каких-то иных, чужих рук.
I gotta take the coup in Africa.
Oh.
It's not gonna do it.
No.
поднимают теперь свой голос подлинного советского патриотизма.
Well,
Игра разоблачена. Маска предательства с их облика, с их лиц
and I
сорвана.
don't see a way for David to put Jason out of his misery here.
No. Again, space. We're 3 VPs. Oh, Star. There's got to be something for 1 VP.
Is Alliance in the?
Alliance is not in the disc. Oh wait, or yeah, because Alliance was evented.
Oh, that's right. Yep, gotta take your swing with terrorism, man. That's the wrong one.
I missed. What did he hit?
OPEC.
Oh. Gee. Oh. Yeah, I'm looking through the discard. I don't think there's a single thing that can get David a VP.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
We're just playing this out. I mean, he could get Olympics. But that would be a bad idea.
It's a big brain play there, Derek.
Oh, you know what he could do that'd be really mean? He could VOA on AR6 and then Star Wars to do it again on AR7.
Yeah, I think he should.
Yeah, this just
yeah,
really be twisting the knife.
This could be many, many VPs in final scoring. Yeah, what fun stuff can you even do with that? You can get an Africa Dom. You could make him presenceless in with 2 VOAs, a region of your choice. Oh, well, now you just got to spend the whole turn realigning.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's
that's
somewhat helpful.
That's the wrong card. I mean, it's not going to be enough, but that is the wrong card to play. UN Solidarity. No, just realign. Just realign. Yeah, realign in Nigeria there gives you Africa Dom. At plus, well, if you hit your +3 roll.
So, Jeremy, I am looking at the wildcard standings now.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this will knock me out of the playoffs.
Really? What
Yep.
about no, well, there's Gunman in the omit pile on David's screen. So then would I be the 6 and David would be the 5? Is that how that works?
Yep.
Why am I higher than you? I'm just curious.
Because oh wait, we both have 500 records. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry for getting your hopes up there. I was doing this too quick. Yeah, I think it knocks you out of the playoffs. At least for now. At least, well, it's not. This is not done yet. Because Paul Sampson.
For asking questions. That's what I get for asking questions.
No, I would have figured it out eventually. Paul Sampson can still get to 5-3. If he does, then I go to 0-1 because I lost to him. So you got to be rooting for Paul Sampson.
Oh, I got to root for Paul. Are we playing that one next week? Do we
Potentially. Yeah, he has Frank to play for his final game.
I gotta root against Frank.
You have to root against Frank, and I'm rooting for Frank. Oh man.
Oh, I'm gonna send that. Okay, never mind, Frank. I'm gonna put something in our group chat right now.
Oh, we have to broadcast that game next week. That's a huge game. Like the two of us are going to be rooting for a different person. Yeah, that's going to be pretty big.
That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, and David just punched his ticket because I don't think there's a way for him to get knocked out at this point.
He's 1-0, right? Because he beat me.
He's 2-0.
He's 2-0
because he beat Fred as well, who is tied at 5-3.
Yeah. Yeah, so kind of a bit of a rough one for Jason. I felt like David had a lot of ops throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
No real D cards. As well. David played a nice game. So congrats to David on making the playoffs. Actually, congrats to both players. Jason will be the 3 seed.
Yep.
David will be 5.
Yeah. So yeah, great game from both players, and yeah, they'll both be in the playoffs, and one of us will join them. We'll
That's great.
find out in a week.
It's a great showing for Team Illinois last year. All 4 of us in the playoffs, both finalists. It's not going to be like that this year. We're just getting...
No. Jason is an Illinois player, so not officially on Team Illinois, but he's representing.
Yeah.
He's ready to send that good game and get this over with.
he's done. I don't blame him. Okay, David's looking at taking a VOA out of Cuba, which doesn't really do anything. Yeah, take one out of the Middle East. Actually, you need to take 2 out of the Middle East. You know what? I'm not going to give him any crap for thinking hard about this. You should practice this and get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need this chili one. That's useless.
All right, so with that, David punches his ticket to the playoffs. Jason maybe a little disappointed about the outcome of this, but he's still going to the playoffs as the number 3 seed. And Jeremy and I will have to wait until Frank and Paul play their game to see which one of us potentially gets to go, or maybe neither of us. I haven't totally gamed this all out, so we'll have to see how things play out. So thanks for joining us. Tomorrow night I will have my first ITSL match of the season. Always good to get back into ITSL. So thanks for watching, everyone.